You are listening to the Savage FINcast, episode 59, Crisis on FINfinite Earths.
Chicago. A criminal mastermind called Overlord held our city in his terrifying grip. Ordinary cops were losing the battle against Overlord's super freaks and mutants. Then, a miracle happened. When I found him, he had no memory of his past. I helped him find an identity and a life. Now we have a fighting chance. Now we have the dragon.
This is the Savage FINcast, the only show dedicated to Marvel's Inhumans, Triton. My name is Jim Purcell.
I'm Craig Olsen.
I'm Raven Perez.
And we welcome you back to another episode. No, we don't actually, have an unhealthy obsession with Marvel's Triton, the greatest of all the Inhumans. We are actually a show about the Savage Dragon, created by Erik Larsen. And every episode, every month or so, we bring you however many hours we can't shut up about Savage Dragon.
As well as Erik Larsen-related news.
And comics, which we may have more of in the near future.
Yep.
So, in other words, this is a podcast about our unhealthy obsession with Savage Dragon.
Yep.
Yes.
My name's Raven, and I've been addicted to Savage Dragon since 1996.
My name's
Guys.
Jim. I've been addicted to Savage Dragon since 2001.
Oh, Lord. Shall we get right into the news?
I want to get through this because I want to get to the 224 review. This issue is just amazing.
Oh, bro.
Eager.
Let's get through it.
Eager.
I can't contain myself. This
I'm with
issue is
you. Barn burner.
Insanity.
Yeah. Yeah. This is going to be a fun one to talk about.
Oh, this is going to be good.
You don't like the alternate reality stuff. So we'll have to explain it all.
Oh, it's going to be so good. News.
News. Let's go.
News.
So, first up, we have a list of conventions that Erik Larsen will be attending over the next year, 6 months. First up, he'll be at Heroes Convention in Charlotte, North Carolina on June 16th through the 18th. You can find out more info at heroesonline.com. Next up, he will be at Rose City Comic Convention in Portland, Oregon, September 8th through the 10th. You can find out more about that at rosecitycomiccon.com. And he will, of course, be at New York Comic Con on October 5th through the 8th. In New York, New York. You can find more about that at newyorkcomiccon.com.
Allow me
Quick
to
and
simply,
easy.
allow me to simply say I can personally vouch for Heroes in North Carolina, Charlotte. I've been there. It is great for comic fans. You're going to be in hell if you like to go to a convention full of, celebrities. Because it's
Tell
all...
me I can't meet John Cena.
Nope. No Cena. You're not going to get to see Burt Ward. You're going to have to go see comic artists.
No Virgil and the $1 Million Man.
Disappointingly. I hate to break your heart, but... So, I don't know, maybe you cats have been to any of those others and you can testify, but I will personally testify.
I suspect New York Comic Con is the other kind.
Oh, right. Makes sense. Heroes is great. It's not, and that's not to indicate it's small at all. That's the amazing thing, is it's enormous, but it is comic artist intense, and right next to the convention center, all the artists stay at the hotel, and they all just chill out in the lobby and drink drinks. So, you just go from the con and you're, going back to your room and you look around and there's, just all these pros just chilling out and, bullshitting. It's awesome. So, Heroes, baby. I
can pretty much guarantee I'll be going to none of these.
Fair enough.
I've been to the New York Comic Con, but I feel like it's just too big now.
Too big?
Well,
Yeah, I've been
New York.
I liked it. I mean, it was a lot of cool stuff going on, but it was huge. But I forget when I went, but it was because of Larsen going. I've never been to Heroes, but I've heard nothing but good things. I do wish he would go back to the Baltimore Comic Con, because I think that's like pretty close to like what Heroes is, just pros, no
It
like
is.
D-list celebrities.
It is. I went to Baltimore as well, and I definitely, there's a strong Heroes vibe. Yep.
And you stood behind me and got annoyed that I was talking to Eric for so long.
Who is this bastard? It was Craig. Perfect. Rolling right along. Just trying to keep this news train going on the tracks. Eric is working with Krashzone for a variant cover. That's pretty vague. We should say that it's going to be, quote, the most not safe for work cover Image Comics has ever published. So Eric and...
Are you telling me it's more not for safe for work than Saga's breastfeeding?
Yes. I'm promising you that.
So since when do we start using the term like not safe for work? Why can't we just say like an erotic cover or something, or like an X-rated cover?
Well, not safe for work, just catch-all for internet talk.
Yeah, but we're not talking about like an internet like
I
comic.
still wouldn't take it to work or show it to my mother.
Hilariously, one of my coworkers was reading my Savage Dragon at work, and he looked like he had read some porn. He was like, Raven. He said he was a Marine, so he's seen some shit. He was like, Raven, Savage Dragon's got a lot of crazy shit in it. I was like, not safe for work. I realize.
Don't touch my comics.
I realized. Sorry, my apologies. I was like, I've expanded your mind a little. Now that
this
go ahead.
Krashzone variant came out of like nowhere, though. I remember like, Eric posted that Twitter, but before he posted the Twitter saying that there'd be a not safe for work cover, he said, he was like asking fans on Facebook about like bagged comics. You remember that? Like,
Yes, I do
when
recall.
and he was like, do the comic shops remove the bag, or do they leave it on, or what?
I think he was asking, does the bag count as a collector's part of the collector's package?
Oh, all
If
right.
If you bought it as a collector, would you keep it in the bag forever?
Yep.
Yeah.
Bingo.
I think the consensus is most definitely. So I'll buy two.
And then he kind of alluded to like for like an X-rated comic, right, or something
Right.
like that.
Yeah,
And it was like,
that was the implication. Yeah.
it's really funny. Like, this has all come out of left field. Like, Eric's really just kind of dove deep into like the whole erotic stuff. It just like, it's so. I mean, do you remember when?
So old news.
But do you remember when Mario Gully and Eric had that kind of, I don't know, like a little tiff about like Mario Gully's like seeing an ant where like she's like got a vagina in her face or something like that. And
She was doing the famous femme fatale neck snap where you jump, crotch to face and break a guy's neck like by squeezing his head between your thighs.
yeah,
And the guy had his tongue out like inches away from vagina, and that was the straw.
And Eric was tisk tisk.
Yeah. Yeah.
it's kind of funny how things change, huh?
Put that in the bag, then we can talk.
I think about that all the time when I see like the shit that's in there now. But the funny thing was that like I think about that. That's how like the book's always been. Like people are like, "Wow, Savage Dragon is really going crazy." But like to me, because like I had a friend come in and visit, and he was like, "Man," he was wanting to talk Savage Dragon. He's like, that book's really gone crazy lately." And I'm like, "It's always been that way, dude." I was like, I don't think it's like a new development. Like people somewhere along the lines kind of wrote Savage Dragon like
Off.
took it down a peg, like from what it actually is. Like to me, I think that like this is just what this book has always been.
Are you telling me it's still not just commandy?
Well, I mean, as an example, like my coworker read it, and his mind was blown. Like he was like couldn't believe what he was reading. Like he just wasn't expecting.
Like a recent issue?
Yeah, like Malcolm era. It might have been the
Well,
threesome.
It's it's genius though, because it's something that you'll never get from the big two.
Bingo.
It's just whatever
Bingo.
goes, whatever he feels like, and that's what makes it fun. But I looked up this Krashzone character's
Uh-oh.
Twitter
All right,
and stuff.
Tell us your tale.
No, it's pretty explicit, so I can only imagine what that cover is going to show, and I just think it's hilarious. If you would have told me that 6 months ago that this variant would happen, I wouldn't believe you.
Now, I won't lie. I didn't know who Krashzone was until I Googled his name, but I did recognize his work.
I recognized the work. I didn't know the name.
I didn't recognize the work, but that's
understandable,
pretty crazy.
Craig.
Well, to go into depth a little bit, all it is that, like, people are like, where'd this come from? You have on Krashzone's Twitter, like, Brandon Graham is one of Krashzone's followers, so that right there is like kind of an easy direct connect.
And he's the what's the name of his comic?
He's got a lot of image work in his catalog.
A lot of image, but what's his? Well, he did Prophet,
King City,
King
Prophet.
City, yeah, King City.
King City's got a lot of
wonton soup,
sex stuff in it.
Well, even those characters, like, I mean, Brandon Graham doesn't give a shit. Like, he will straight up tweet some stuff from, like, E.G. Hentai, which is like a hentai, collective, like, website. And so, hentai for the uninformed are like Japanese dirty comics. But Brandon Graham doesn't give a fuck. He'll just straight up, like, post a thing and be like, whoa, look at this crazy sex comic. Like,
didn't he get his start in some erotic comics or something like that?
Yeah. Yeah, the characters of that star in. Oh man, my memory's failing me. Basically, some of his characters started.
Multiple warheads.
Yeah, multiple warheads. Yeah, that's it. Like Sex Erica or America or whatever her name is.
Yes.
Yep, started in a dirty comic. So it's like, yeah, there you go. I mean, it could have been like, yo, Brandon, like, who's a good guy for some smut covers, and he's like, yo, check
Raven
this guy
Perez.
Soon, it's getting there. It'll get there.
She's too busy. Who else is available?
But no, you're right, Craig. It's explicit as a motherfucker. So buckle up. It's going to be interesting. I'm curious.
Sweet.
I'm curious. All I am is I'm curious, because here's what's so funny is I feel like Maxine has gone over surprisingly well with readers. Like, all her shenanigans, I've not really seen anybody super raise hell over, like, her stuff.
Yeah.
So I just wonder how this cover is going to go over is all.
I just can't wait for, like, the kind of uneasy conversation I have with my comic shop when I ask them to order this. And the weird looks I get when it comes in.
Wear your collar up high. Get a big old hat.
It's got to get, like, a fake mustache. Hi, I'm Mr. Black. I think those comics are in the wrong box.
My name is Greg Molson. Yes, that'll do.
Somehow my erotic comics ended up in Craig Olsen's box.
Well, I can't wait to go to my comic shop only to be told that moments before I got there. Oh, sorry. Someone bought that comic just before you got here.
I think the implication is this is going to be a variant cover, yeah?
It is.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And I think even kind of like to expand upon it, just he said, people were like, oh, what's up? What's the deal with this? Blah, 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 blah. I think he said that he art directed it, which basically means that he's just sort of said, hey, I want this and that on the cover. And then Krashzone just is doing his or her thing. And nice. So there you go.
And he said he didn't know what issue it's going to be on yet.
Yeah, not determined as of yet.
Wait, you said her. Is Krashzone a girl?
Don't know.
No, you don't know anything. Okay.
Yeah. I said
I'm guessing probably not.
I would not be shocked.
Bro, you'd never know. I'm just saying, I have some friends, female friends, that are like into like making dirty art, and they do shit that flips my lid, and I'm just like, whoa, holy cow. I'm just saying.
Does your bow tie spin around?
Yeah, steam shoots out of my ears. I was like, oh, I need to go read the Bible.
Does your face turn to like a wolf? The tongue comes out.
Yep, the heart. It's really hard. It's really hard on my rib cage as it explodes out through my chest.
Can't stop stamping your foot.
No, it's. I'm just saying that, like, really, like, you never know. That means nothing these days. That means nothing at all. But no, it's cool. I mean, I'm excited for it. I think it's interesting. I will say, just as a final end cap on this variant journey, there've been a lot of variants lately. What do you fellas? You feeling okay? You care? Do you not care?
I don't care.
Well, I mean,
I'm not.
I don't need a variant every other issue, but I know Eric kind of put his foot down. I think on this last, like, a lot of them are being driven by Image lately. It seems like Image every month is doing some different variant across their series. They did like the Spawn one. They did the April Fool's one. Now
That's
they have, I think now they have one for like Gay Pride or something like that. Or, yeah. And Eric is like, yeah, I don't feel the need to do every single one of them. So
the IDW method of selling comics.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it just makes it. You do it every month, and it's seems like it's trying to hammer your customer base.
The premise is to sell 3 copies where you would have only sold 1.
Yeah, I don't like that though.
It's problematic for a lot of reasons.
Well, I don't take the thing is with me is that I'm okay with it a little bit, because the thing is it's kind of like video game DLC. You don't have to take the plunge if you don't want to. Mm-hmm. So, like, for instance, with the black and white variant that they had recently, with Malcolm standing above the blazing like ground.
Yeah.
And lightning lady down at his feet. Basically, I didn't feel the need to get that because it's cool.
I didn't understand why that was a variant. I don't.
Because it looked cool as shit, black and white.
I mean, yeah, but every cover looks cool in black and white.
Well, that one looked especially cool though. But I will say that, like, just as cool as that looked, like, it was like, whatever. And, like, I didn't get the Jock cover. Famously got denied, and I'm like, the more I'm away,
famously,
yeah, the more I get away from it, the less I give a shit. It's like, oh well, I've seen the image. I don't super care. I'm kind of wanting this dirty cover. I super am. I feel like it's going to be one of those Savage Dragon curiosities that ends up being really hard to get.
See, I have an illness.
I
have an illness where I have to buy everything.
I'm more there
because
than
someday
I used
you'll
to be.
want it. You won't be able to find it.
I don't know. Now I'm a completist, so now it's like I can't stop now.
Understandable.
I've already started. I can't stop.
I got off the collector's bandwagon ages ago. Going digital really helped in that.
I'm only that way with Savage Dragon, and only because...
Oh yeah, me as well.
Like, once you have every, like, old issue, there's kind of nowhere to go with your money. So it's like, when there's, like, a variant cover, if it's a cool variant, like, why the fuck not? Like, I'll totally buy a variant. So, I don't know. Just that. I don't want to tie us up in newsland forever with that. Just flipping the script real quick before we jump into our next segment officially. And I'm sorry, I'm taking us into, like, uncharted waters, but it's cool. We don't have to, like, linger on this too awful long. But I Hate Image by Scotty Young will blast through super quick because there's not much to say anyway.
I still haven't gotten my copy yet.
Okay, then I won't say too much.
No, I don't care. You can spoil it.
Well, Jim, did you get yours?
No.
Well, shit. Oh, I'll just give this a real quick.
I'm unlikely to get it unless a digital copy turns up on Comixology.
Well, here's the deal. I'll keep it short and sweet. Just like when we did the other Free Comic Book Day where Hellboy and Malcolm were smashed together. Mm-hmm. I'll just comment on how must-own or not this is. And I will go ahead and break your hearts and say that this is 100% must-own. Not just because it's a good comic, but it's not like Savage Dragon's like on every single page or whatever. But Dragon fans won't be disappointed. So,
cool.
Yep, I think it's worth it. That's it.
I know my shop saved me a copy. I just have to go by and get it.
Yep.
So,
seek it out. If you were on the fence, I'm giving it a thumbs up, and I'm especially for Savage Dragon fans saying, "Yep, go for it."
Interesting.
Sweet.
Cool. You'll like it.
All right, so let's jump into our FINteresting Conversations bit. So this episode, we're continuing FINteresting Conversations, where we ask you, the listeners, for your opinion on a related question or for your suggestions for future topics. I'm sorry, that's messed up on a Savage Dragon related question, I guess.
Right.
Remember to send all feedback to savagefincast@gmail.com. Responses will be read on a future episode of the Savage FINcast. So, episode 58 hasn't been out that long, so we didn't get any responses yet for that, but we did get some from episode 57, and I'm going to read a couple of the letters. The question was, what are your top 3 favorite Savage Dragon covers? And Marcos Mazzari wrote in. He said, hey guys, here's my top 3 picks. Savage Dragon 20. This is just a badass cover. Overlord looks super pissed, as does a rampaging dragon reflected in his mask. Ironically, this cover reminds me of that classic Incredible Hulk McFarlane cover, issue 340. So I guess he's talking about the one with the Wolverine claws. Mm-hmm. Is that what he's talking about?
Gotta be.
Reflection.
And I get that.
Yeah, and this cover was so badass that Eric did it again with Malcolm. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember what issue that was, but...
Yeah, that was a badass cover, and it did get that callback.
Do you remember what issue that was?
Oh, the Flash Mercury era for Malcolm was just before Dart's thing, so that would have put it 200-ish, like in that range.
Oh, you're asking about which issue the Malcolm version of that
Malcolm
is?
Version was.
Yeah. To the internet. Dun-la-la-la-la.
Anyway, to keep going, if you find it, let us know.
I'll find it. I'll be working while you do that.
And he says Savage Dragon 80, dragon being pulled underwater by some tentacled creature. Absolutely love the coloring on this one, and it has a sort of pulp H.P. Lovecraft vibe to it. I can definitely see that, and I remember that cover pretty well. Then he goes on to say Savage Dragon 102, Mother Mayhem lunging demonic humanoid offspring with their umbilical cords at dragon. Nuff said.
I remember when that cover got, like, I was just getting into the Savage Dragon community forum way back in the day. I remember that cover got a lot of buzz because of, I think originally her name was Afterbirth, so that helped a lot.
Yes, it was.
She got renamed on the final cover.
Yes.
Mother Mayhem is a better name.
Yes. I love that cover because, like, you could see, like, just the way, like, the dynamicness of it, I guess is the word I'm looking for. Like, it looks like, you know, she's just swinging those, like, babies on the umbilical cords. Mm-hmm. Just badass. And, you know, and the funny thing was, when you saw that cover, you thought she was just going to be, like, some, you know, city-dwelling, like, sewer-dwelling mutant or something. And then come to find out, she's like a Silver Surfer type. Like,
she's literally just the Silver Surfer.
And she flies on the back of the babies. It was amazing. It was just mind blown. Like, I would have never guessed that character would be like some kind of cosmic being.
That was a genius twist. Yeah, I would have never pegged that for like a cosmic character.
Just amazing. Like, I don't think he gets enough credit for the creation of that. It's silly. It's awesome, and it's comics. You know, it's like that's the type of villain like only in Savage Dragon. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Just amazing stuff. It's like Jack Kirby on some kind of weird, horrible nightmare. She's got a moo-moo on.
Right.
She's a cosmic, like, entity.
A cosmic moo-moo.
Just good stuff.
Agreed.
All right.
Co-sign.
So, should we move on to the next letter?
Moving right along. I apologize, bro. I never did find that cover, and I was, like, super blasting through covers the whole time. So maybe someone can pick up the torch. But Tony M., the author of our next letter, says, hello, FINcast crew. Here are my top 3 Savage Dragon covers plus one variant. Here goes. My first pick is Savage Dragon 158, the cover to Dragon War, Part 4. This one sticks to my mind because of the towering presence of Brawn, a character whose design I like, but who is not fully featured on a cover prior to this issue. The The fact that he's a sporting a dragon fin and seems to have casually brushed his arm on a wall, causing a whole building to start coming down, is awesome. Dragon's pose with his fist half-cocked adds to the imposing menace of Brawn. I'll agree, that was a badass cover.
Yeah, Brawn is such a cool villain, too. Like, he doesn't hardly, like, show up, but when he does, and the fact that he's still alive, right?
Yep.
Wait, so, like Dragon's blood didn't affect him.
Wait, it didn't?
No.
No, it bled out without him exploding.
Okay. Because I remember he definitely was one of the ones who became a
yeah, he's on the cover like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's something that's kind of a cool thing too about him. Like, he's so powerful that he's the only guy to survive like a dragon transfusion. How cool is that?
Yeah.
He clearly needs to fight Zeke.
Yes. Oh, that would be legends colliding.
And by the way, that issue, the reverse with Malcolm charging at Overlord, is issue 176.
Nice. Thank you for the save. I don't know how I missed that. Tony's second pick is the cover to Savage Dragon 166, the appearance of the future scene shown way back in Savage Dragon 29. Love the cover not only because it caught me totally unaware, no preview beforehand, but it was a striking image when it first made its appearance in issue 29, and yet seeing it blown up in size brought out further detail of Soulstar's wrinkled and bloodied visage, reflected in Malcolm's helmet glass, shocking and satisfying at the same time because of the future vision plot thread that it finally fulfilled. And can I just say, my FINcast bros, Tony, good pick.
Yeah.
Funny story about that issue. At the time, I was still reading print.
Mm-hmm.
I think. So I had my issue being pulled at my local comic shop, but I was visiting another comic shop across town. I bought that comic twice.
Because you had to read it right away.
I never fucking do that.
Yep.
But because that cover was kept a mystery,
Mm-hmm.
the moment I saw it, I had to have it.
My story just goes like this. Because it was the tension was building and the anticipation, and I just had a sneaking feeling. But when I saw that cover, like, I could not contain my geeking out. Like, I was like, oh my God, yes! I was like, yes! I was like, this is so fucking awesome! I looked at my comic guy, because he's like, what's that mean? Why? He's like, clearly I'd only just seen the cover.
I've been waiting 10 years for this.
It was 15.
Oh, was it 15? Yeah.
I'm pretty sure 29.
Yeah, it had to be. Yeah, because he was a teenager.
Yeah, 29 to 166 was 15 years. It's a 15-year long bomb. And I told the guy was like, what? Like, clearly my comic guy was like, he was like, you're flipping out just from seeing this cover. And he was like, what the hell is going, like, what's the deal? I was like, dude, bro, I can't just tell you how awesome this is. I was like, but like, this has been waiting a long time to come.
Again, tell me another comic that can do that.
None. I can't.
At least American comics.
I can't think of
amazing. It really was amazing. And that cover, I love the effect of like the reflection.
Mm-hmm.
One day Luffy will find the One Piece.
I'm telling you, that treasure is the friends he made along the way. That's it. There's no One Piece. Sorry. Manga fans will get it. That's potentially the only thing that could, like, equate to this 15-year long bomb. Like, otherwise, nothing. And I tried, like, honestly, like, I tried to convey, you just couldn't communicate to people, like, how fucking nuts that cover was.
And the fact that we didn't know it was coming, it was the part that made it.
I like how Tony M refers to him as Soulstar, his revised Wildstar name.
Yeah, I think he's back to being Wildstar in the comic.
Yeah, there was that weird issue where he was like on the cover. That was such a weird cover too. Like, it was just, remember it was like the variant and it had like Soulstar busting through and like right. I don't understand. I gotta ask Eric one day what the story is behind that variant. It seems so random.
I can tell you the story.
You know the story?
It's really straightforward. There was an MMORPG on PC called Wildstar that came out in the interim since Wildstar had a series, and so they scooped up the trademark.
Yeah, I know, but why did Erik decide to put him on the cover as Soulstar?
Oh, well, I think it was like his big rebranding debut,
Oh, all right.
and it clearly did not take.
It was just weird because it was like, he had the cover and then the variant was just, it just didn't seem like a typical Larsen variant. It just seemed real kind of hastily put together. Do you know what I'm talking about? And I wish I knew the cover.
Oh, wait. So
It's
wait,
the one with
you're not
John
talking about
Kerry.
77, are you?
No.
Because that says Wildstar on the cover.
No, the one with like John Kerry and isn't it that one, the election issue?
Oh.
I think so.
Oh, did I find it? No, it's Madman. Nope, those are Obama.
I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna hold this up.
Yeah, we'll roll along. Well, I tell you what. Here's the thing: you just be thinking in the background. Here we got Tony's third pick. This third pick could have been any number of great covers, but I settled on Savage Dragon 80, the Lurkers Beneath Lake Fear cover. The reason for this pick is that it's simply great art that looks like a freeze frame or cell taken from an animated series. A combination of the bubbles emanating from Dragon, not those bubbles, the deep water background, and the octopus make the cover look like it's from a different medium. Not to mention, Dragon's goose looks pretty damn cooked in that predicament. Another great choice. Favorite variant goes to the last issue, Savage Dragon 223, the Scott Snyder and Jock April Fool's gag cover. The cuts on Dragon's face, the different shaded greens, the heavy use of blacks, and the fangs lend to a unique interpretation of Dragon that looks bestial. Thanks for getting my reply on the show. Keep up the good work. I think Savage Dragon is deserving of a strong fan base that contributes to its success simply because, in my opinion, Erik Larsen's level of commitment and quality to the comics medium is right up there with the industry greats. Thank you, Tony, for
Nice.
writing.
What was going on back there? You all right, Jim?
No, I'm sick.
Oh, Jesus. I thought you were like disgusted with his pick.
Ugh, 223. Ugh.
Ugh.
Well, I mean, I am, but that's not why I was coughing.
I found. Oh, you know what's funny? He said Savage Dragon 80 was one of his pick, and so did Marcos the letter
Yeah.
before. So I never thought of that cover, but apparently it struck a chord with a bunch of people.
Yeah, well, that's again, that is a super terrific, like, just as simple as it is, but it's just like a striking image. Like, again, like one of the things about Savage Dragon is you've got like over 220 plus covers, and yet he still can make like a kick-ass cover, like that's
Yeah.
like kind of different and unique. And really, you look at 80, and like, yeah, there's really nothing like that in the other 200 some covers. Like, I don't know, it's I get it.
Oh, and I looked it up. It was Savage Dragon 120 has the Soul Star variant, which is such a weird variant. Again, if you guys have a chance or you're listening, go online, just look up Savage Dragon 120 Soul Star variant.
Yeah,
And you
it's
can
not.
see it's very hard to get. It's very
not-
rare.
It's not on SavageDragon.com.
And when it came out, I just didn't understand. I don't know. It's a weird cover. So someday I gotta ask Erik about that.
Oh, yeah, I see. Yeah, it is completely unrelated to anything.
Yeah, it's not his typical cover. So I wonder if it was something to like establish a trademark or something. With like the giant weird Soul
right.
Star
He's like-
logo on the
he's like
bottom.
he's like bursting through.
Yeah,
Yeah.
with like a huge Soul Star logo on the bottom. Like
Mhm.
he's like, it's like his co-book or something. He's like co-headlining.
Yet it's kind of funny how it's like there's no real effort made to, like, you know, integrate it into, like, it could, like, you could replace Bush with Soulstar or something.
But no, in like a typical Larsen cover, you're gonna do a variant. He typically just does a different cover. So like the fact that he's just kind of, it looks like it was done quick. Like just put him on the cover, busting through the comic. So I don't know. I could be wrong, but I feel like there's a story behind it.
We'll get it. We'll get to the we'll get the skinny.
Yes. Your FINcast hosts are on the job.
So why don't you take us home by getting the listeners and, you know, me and Jim hip to your latest conversation topic. It's a good one.
All right, so let's get into our new FINteresting Conversation topic for so we can hear your responses. But I kind of developed this one based on the news that we had this month with Erik going into the kind of like erotic cover book for, I don't know, whatever issue is going to be on. But Erik has tried out many art experiments in different formats over the past 25 years. So, for example, this erotic cover, doing a digest-sized book. Remember he did like the Sunday Funnies in that McSweeney's magazine with like a full newspaper spread. He's done an all-splash issue. He's done European art style. He did like remember he did for an anthology a Glum story that was like Sin City style.
Yep.
He did. He did 20 panels counting down.
Yeah. So he's done a lot of different tropes / formats / experiments. But I don't want to hear what your favorite is. I want to hear what you would like to see him do in Savage Dragon. So tell me what format, trope, experiment that he has not tried on Savage Dragon that you would like to see. So you can send your responses to savagefincast@gmail.com, and we'll read them and discuss them. But let's turn it over to you, Raven and Jim, and what would you like to see?
Putting us on the spot.
Well, Jim,
Right.
would you like to go first?
Warm us up.
Oh, I can go first.
Go for it, my man.
All black and white.
Nice.
I really like the Dragon Archives.
Mhm.
I love seeing all that raw line work. And so if he was to like make an issue that was specifically to be that way, I think it would look amazing.
I'm with you. I agree. I haven't had like a chance to like start collecting the archives and stuff. Everybody says they read different, and so
Yeah, they're great. I like them a lot.
I would like to, and I know he works really hard. Like he's put up the side by sides of like how it looked, just clean.
All those star fields.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's like a lot of work actually goes into the archives. Like it's not just they strip the color layer out and print it. Like they actually work to make it look good and different. So.
You ever see those like crappy kind of archives where they just kind of like photocopy?
Yes.
Like they looked horrible.
One of my favorite comics of all time pulled that, and it was a mess. It was the Noble Causes Archives. They just scanned color issues, and it did not work.
It doesn't. And I'm going to tell you something. I mean, I hate to shit on the Spit and Image reprint, but clearly they just scanned in color copies of the Mighty Man Normal Man backup.
Oh.
Because the Spit and Image thing looks great. The Mighty Man Normal Man backup is clearly a scan, or if it's not, something else is going on. But
Yeah, I think you mean Megaton Man.
Megaton Man, my bad. Yeah, Megaton Man Normal Man. Like, that just looks like a scan of an old comic printed.
That's unfortunate, because I thought that was a black and white comic.
Maybe I'm wrong.
No, I think you're right. I think it was a scan. Because, like you said, the first half looks good, and the second half looks just scanned.
Yeah, so
I want to say that's in my Normal Man Archives book. I'll pull that out, take a look.
it's a downer. It's not good. So your thing is black and white?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
A whole issue.
Yeah, and no gray tones.
No grays, just stark
No.
black and white. Okay.
Inks. Only inks.
I'm fucking down with that. That would be great. He's not done a whole issue. No, okay. Yeah, all right. Mine is weirder, I guess. I would like to see him do something more anime or manga inspired, and we know he reads it.
Do we?
Yup, he's talked about it before. Like he's probably, I don't think he said he's not like a fan of any like ongoing. Like he's not
course.
reading any ongoing.
He's
thing.
reading all of One Piece. Can you
I know
imagine?
he's gone to Japan and bought like some of the big kind of collections. What do you call those?
Yeah, they'll just untranslated. Like sometimes he'll just buy it for the art, just to see
of
like.
course.
And he's mentioned before interesting things like seeing crazy Japanese zipatones. Like they have like really like everyone associates zipatone with like just dots, but they have actually zipatones of like fucking everything, just like buildings, cityscapes, trees.
It's just like tissue paper, right, with dots on
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, you just slap it on the paper and just put it down and then peel the paper up and there it is. Or no, that's not how it works. You put it down and it stays on there.
Oh, I see. So it's like it's transfer paper.
Yeah. So just like that's the way it used to be. Now a lot of people do it digitally, but
Of course. Just bucket fill that shit.
you know, we've seen him do like many artistic nods like Minola, you know, Sin City with Frank Miller. We know what's funny is, again, you talk about things that like people don't respect and like necessarily acknowledge, is like he can kind of like change his style pretty convincingly to ape other people.
Yeah.
And obviously Kirby, well, I would just love to
Say it,
see.
Raven. Say it. Say it, Raven.
I just want to see him do something like just straight up ape some like fucking shonen, like some shonen manga.
Aw, you failed me, Raven.
What?
I thought you were going to just throw out Tezuka.
Oh, he wouldn't do that.
Aw, Savage Dragon by way of Tezuka?
Well, that would be fucking awesome. I mean, that would be awesome as shit, but there's a lot of great guys he could ape. Like, the thing is like, let's not just...
Wait, so who's the guy you're talking about? Because I'm an idiot.
The grandfather of manga, creator of Astro Boy.
He basically is Japanese Jack Kirby, but what's funny is they called Jack Kirby the king of comics. Well, in Japan, they call Tezuka the god of comics. And they don't just mean Japan, they mean all comics. Because the thing is that, like, he had Jack Kirby levels of productivity.
Tezuka is like if you took Jack Kirby, Walt Disney, and fucking Will Eisner and, like...
jammed them all into one guy.
Mashed them into one man.
And unlike in America where, like, you know, companies screwed Kirby over and blah, 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 and, like, Tezuka was beloved and recognized. And
his estate still owns most of his work.
Insanely influential. And even though one of the hallmarks of, like, Japanese comics is they cover all those different topics. Like, you know, in America we're dominated by, like, superheroes, but, like, over there, like, you can get a comic about cooking or racing or baseball or whatever else. Well, like, even that, like, Tezuka, like, did, like, different, like, here's just some sports. Here's just a doctor comic about a doctor.
Blackjack, Jesus.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Did what?
Blackjack is a story about a how do I phrase this? A maverick surgeon who does, like, super, like, experimental surgeries to save people that other doctors have written off. But he's like a total dirtbag because he charges money for his services. And yet somehow at the end he has a heart of gold.
I thought you said Blackjack Jesus.
I'm sure there is probably a Japanese character named Blackjack Jesus.
But
no, that would be amazing. There's a lot of guys he could rip off, but...
And there are a lot of quote-unquote superhero comics, especially because Astro Boy, in a lot of respects, is a superhero, and a lot of things that followed Astro Boy were in the similar mold. Yeah. Only a lot of their quote-unquote superheroes were giant robots, like Getter Robo and Mazinger Z.
Yeah, so I mean, I guess that's all I'm saying is, like, whoever he chooses to ape, like, whoever he chooses to ape, it would just be awesome to see what he could do with, like we know he can, like, do a super kick-ass fight scene, but, like, I'm just saying, like, decompressed.
If you think Erik Larsen draws violent comics, read some fucking Getter Robo.
Read some what?
Getter Robo. Getter Robo.
Like, better only
fucking children.
I think Ghetto Robo.
Ghetto Robo. It needs to exist.
You guys are, like, opening up this whole other world that I know nothing about.
Devilman's origin story is basically what a giant, like, book-length orgy.
Yeah. And no, it's just, you know, again, it's just be interesting to see him. He doesn't even have to, like, particularly ape a certain artist or whatever else. I'm just saying, like, to see him, his take on many of the tropes, like, but you know how Savage World was kind of like, oh, you know, this is Savage Dragon by way of Kirby.
Yeah.
Like, it would just be cool to see him do even just a short arc where, like, I don't know, for whatever reason you want to make up, but, like, he's just where he's going as hard at those tropes as he can.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's my pick. Just something, we know that he picks up untranslated shit on his trips to Japan, and we know that he sees that stuff and whatever else. It'd just be cool to see his take.
See Malcolm or Dragon, like, go to Japan and, like, meet a bunch of, like, analogs, like how Mighty Man and Super Patriot are analogs. Just have him meet an Astro Boy or a giant robot of some kind.
And the thing is, I feel like
Or a Sailor Moon.
it wouldn't even be so out of place only because the funny thing about Malcolm is Malcolm's favorite movie is Speed Racer.
Of course it is.
And Malcolm likes Street Fighter. His favorite Street Fighter is Blanca. And
Of course it is.
And so it's like Malcolm thinks Flash Mercury is awesome because he reminds him of Speed Racer. And so it's like, it's not that far a stretch at all. He likes Maxine's outfit because it's Sailor Moon style. It's like, it's not that far. I think it could totally happen.
And there you
Craig,
go.
I would dig it.
how
All
about
right,
you?
mine's gonna sound so simple now.
Mundane.
I just want an all silent issue.
That's not too simple? Dude, that was my number 2 pick.
Eric has said multiple times he's already done that and doesn't want to do it again.
When? Where?
In his Defenders run.
He did the
He it all.
Defenders one with Hulk.
Well, I never read it.
And if not that, then a 3D issue with, and
now-
it's got to come with a pair of Savage Dragon 3D glasses.
Yeah, I believe you said that was a editorially mandated event, company wide, and I don't think he enjoyed it very much because it was like super difficult.
I still agree with Craig, though. That was actually, dude, don't feel any shame at all about the all silent issue. I would love, that is one of the hardest kinds of comics to make
Right. And feel satisfying.
And I would love to see his attempt at an all silent issue these days. With how long ago is Defenders?
Jesus, I have no idea.
Yeah,
I think it was
10
new
years
when
ago.
I was like 2001.
So I'm just saying, like, how many years of skill and talent has he got under his belt now? Like, I'm sure he'd kick way more ass at it.
And to be honest, that issue was hilarious. You got to read. It's a great issue, I think. As much as he complained about it, because in his Defenders run, he just had like Namor and Hulk constantly fighting. It was so good. That Defenders series was great. I loved that series because Larsen just really played up the old school Marvel. You know, again with the Namor and Hulk just constantly picking on each other throughout the whole. I think it was like 10 issues or something, but
Something like 10 or 12. It was a maxi series, I believe.
yeah.
Dude, cool. Great picks, both of you. Like, fantastic.
All right, so is it that time?
Meat and potatoes.
Let me get my book out.
And let me remind the listener to send any of their answers, their replies to savagefincast@gmail.com.
And just remember, we're looking for gimmicks that have not been seen in the book. So I know that you got something out there that we haven't even thought of. Even if you agree with us and you're like, yes, I want to see a black and white. Yes, I want to see a silent. Just, give us your spin. Like, what makes you want that? Like, so that's cool. Yeah, throw it out there. We just want to hear from you.
So let's get into 224. I'm super stoked to talk about this issue. This issue is just great.
Oh, you aren't kidding.
It shattered me.
From the cover to the end.
He said shattered him. I got that pun. Ha ha ha.
It's good, guys. It's good. This is a kick-ass issue. This has been a great arc.
Yeah. So let's kick it off into the beginning scene where it kind of continues from last episode where our heroes are getting overrun by the horde of Dimension X creatures.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is kind of a unique issue where it just sort of continues from last issue. Like,
Yeah, he hasn't done that a lot lately. I mean, he used to all the time, it seemed.
right. Clearly 1 month has passed.
They've been fighting for a month solid. Well, my thing is that these dudes put on underwear between issues.
Did they?
What?
Yeah, their dongs aren't out.
As much.
Some of them are.
Some are? Okay.
Maybe some
We'll
of them
get
are
to
just
that.
freer than others.
I'm on the dong watch. No, this is like, just this, the action, just like from page 1, the action. Like, just boom, Malcolm bleeding out the mouth and just like.
I love Angel just getting her head stepped on.
Yeah.
Runch. Her head just getting pushed into the rock and stone.
Or even the
So
dude with
cool.
the crater head.
Yeah, how cool is that visual? There's a mutant with craters all over his head.
Also blind?
Yeah, yeah. Very, very tiny, like very, very tiny eyes.
Maybe maybe those aren't nostrils. Maybe those are eyes.
Oh, he's got nostrils. Yeah, nostrils are just where a nose would be. Yes, his eyes are all little.
Oh, he does have he has tiny eyes on the side of his head. Okay.
Tiny little eyes. Yep.
Okay. I thought he had like his whole face was like scrunched closed.
Dude, and now we get one of the coolest splashes, man.
No,
just
joke.
because it's Freak Force back
straight
on
from the
scene.
pages of Mighty Man.
When you guys flip that, were you just like, yes, like I felt.
Yes.
Yes, the real heroes are here. Finally.
No, it was awesome. Like, it is just a badass spread.
Barbaric just says, "Here comes the motherfucking cavalry, boys and girls." I love it.
Look how awesome. Like, it's easy to forget because she's such a goofy character, but look how badass Horridus looks.
Yeah, dude.
Best she's ever looked.
It's funny because we'll talk about on the next page. There's something else like that. I feel like these characters like just have new life in them because, like you just said, that Horridus pose is freaking awesome.
Yeah.
I think Super Patriot looks awesome. Like the bullets just coming from his fingers and just piercing all those alien heads.
If I could make one complaint,
boo.
No.
I think there's a tangent problem going on with Daddy Dragon.
How dare you?
He looks like fucking Doll Man.
He looks like Doll Man.
He looks tiny. He looks like Ant-Man.
That's just because Ricochet or Barbaric's so big.
Well, there's that. Barbaric's proportions do make it even look even smaller, but like there's a Horridus spike like going right over, like there's a tangent going on with his fin, and it makes, when you look at it at a glance, it makes it look like he's in front of her.
I won't allow it. Overruled. Overruled.
Okay.
Overruled. Here's the thing. I do see what you're saying now that you're pointing it out.
Now I can't unsee it.
But I don't care.
Okay.
There's too much goodness going on. We're going to overlook that.
It is. It's like if you bit into a burrito and like a spider crawled out the end, you still bit into a good burrito.
Can I tell you guys, like, the colors are amazing. Like, look at the cloud of smoke, like, around, like, Mighty Man's head, Malcolm, like, the colors on that cloud.
Yes.
Isn't that amazing?
Yes. And again, talking about coloring, like, to color a scene with this many characters and different color schemes in their costumes and action, and there's lightning and bullet effects, and just to make it all still look like readable, clear, and kick-ass.
Well, it's very red and orange, but then it like turns blue there.
I think Nikos is the master of doing this. Like, he can do like these orange and red pages, and then you flip the page, and then it's blue. Or he also does like you're saying, Jim, with like what's her name, Marsha, lightning girl, a woman, or whatever we're calling her. Like, you'll see your eye will travel from one side to the other, and it'll go from like orange to blue. It's just good stuff, and he can just switch it up on the page, so you're not seeing a yellow and orange kind of colored book throughout. You know, you're getting orange and yellow one story, and then the other plot of the story is blue, or just a master of coloring.
Yeah, like as soon as you flip, like just like you said, like you flip the page, there's a scene change just from the overall feel of the of the page. Yeah.
Yep.
I do want to say Dong Watch. There is a dong right next to Angel's head
on the splash page.
Yep.
Ooh,
good one.
I just missed that.
A good one. How'd you miss that State Fair zucchini?
I don't know.
I love that. Just like one last love on this like double page spread is like if you look, like even Alex is just under
she's
like
in the back.
Yeah, and it's just like holy shit, bros.
I love that alien that's getting his mouth like shot out. Like I love his eyes. Like I love his design. What a cool. I don't know. Just good stuff.
It's badass. Yep, sure would make a good poster for sale.
Good old Kevin, a.k.a. Thunderhead.
Ruins his best suit.
Yep.
Now there's a hero.
Knocked out.
I'd be more worried about his back.
He's
getting,
super
like,
powered.
re-aggravated. Well, yeah, but remember he was paralyzed for a while, or at least he was.
Oh yeah, that's right.
He had nerve damage. He appears to have recovered significantly since. But I'm sure having a building fall on it doesn't help.
Man, let's hope that doesn't go anywhere, Jim. But good point.
Oh, okay.
Like I don't want to see Thunderhead paralyzed. Wheelchair Thunderhead, like wouldn't that be tragic?
Tell you what, not to move ahead, but I can't contain my excitement. If there was one page of Savage Dragon I think I could buy right now, it would be this page with the 4 panels after the Thunderhead scene.
Yeah.
Every single character looks badass.
Yes. This is a fucking killer page.
I don't think Barbaric has ever looked cooler.
I knew. You know what's funny? You said Craig sent a message and he was like, "There's a character who I don't think has ever looked cooler than he does in this issue," and I knew you were fucking talking about that picture of Barbaric.
This whole page, Super Patriot, just badass. Barbaric, badass. Jennifer just knocking some dude's head off. Malcolm knocking some teeth out.
Dongs everywhere.
Yeah, it's true.
Man,
I think this page is one of the coolest pages.
Look at the ear. Like in the Super Patriot panel, just look at the shredded ear.
Yeah, he's just going to town.
Just
I love all
floating.
the braca.
So good. That is never not. Here's the thing. The first time I saw that was in Savage Dragon, and that is never not a badass visual.
Yeah.
Just like, braca behind, like, Super Patriot blasting away.
Yes.
Always a winner. Even Alex, like, just again in the background still, but it's like just to have such a huge cast and such an actiony. I don't know. It's good, bros. It's good.
It's so good.
Firing on all cylinders.
Where's Alex in these panels?
Panel 2.
With
Oh, is
Barbaric.
that her in the background?
Just above the boot.
Okay.
I just love that mutant that's got his broken tusk.
Yeah, exactly.
And even Angel's on top of a dude with her hands covered in blood.
And again, it's funny because my growing love of Smasher. She is a badass.
By the end of this issue, I have to say something that will ruin her again for us all. But we gotta
Tell you
get
what,
that
though,
first.
just the dynamics of it, Smasher on that page, her lunge forward, just this whole page is so well drawn.
Yeah, with the dude's foot all big in the foreground.
Yeah.
Coming at you, his big toe and stuff.
His head didn't change position. The rest of him did.
He was he was running so hard that he just got decapitated and the head kept going.
Crack.
Oh, it's good, dude. Talking about colors again, just look at the blood spatters. There's a lot of work even in the coloring.
Yeah.
So good. It's good, dudes.
So, we thought Glum was hitting the go button at the end of last issue, but apparently he still had more technical support.
Yeah, he still needed to, figure it out. He was still narrowing things down.
Do you guys when you? So you're talking about the page now. Glum is kind of tapping away at the computers in Dark World's lair, and
he's hacking the universe.
Yeah, so he's like, I've determined that SD 75-30.1 is Angel's Earth, and I got all crazy into it. Is that Savage Dragon 75? Is he
See, I think there's those are in jokes as well. That
I
sounds
do
right.
too, but I didn't know what it was.
So
75 is easy. That's Savage World.
That's when it turns to that's the
right.
But then we'll see as we get along. He's got other universes with different letters that I couldn't make heads or tails of it, anything of that. But
Maybe the listeners got it.
I'm pretty sure SD 75 is just a reference to issue 75 being the first issue of the Savage World.
Well, does the 30.1 have any significance?
Well, 75 is it's the last real
the last
issue of Angel's
right.
Earth. I think
That's right. I had it backwards. 75 is the last issue before the jump.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, no, I think we're wrong about that.
Someone look it up.
75 is 76 is the first Savage World. 75 it shows him get the last page is him in the body of Damien Darklord next to him. like the Negaton bomb goes off or whatever.
Oh yeah. 75. Yep.
And then
yeah,
76
okay.
opens up with him in this savage world.
Gotcha.
Dragon crushes his head, and everything changes. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, so
So
I don't
the-
know. I don't know if that means anything. I wanted to try to put some kind of meaning to it, and I couldn't figure it out.
I think you're right.
It seems blatant to not be a reference.
SD 75-30.1.
So with SD75's crystal clear, and
Fuck! You know what? Was issue 30 Angel's first appearance?
I don't know.
Maybe
First
not.
appearance was was a
Yeah.
miniseries
I mean, like first appearance in Savage
in the
Dragon.
book.
Like
I don't
maybe
know.
it's 75 to 30, like counting down. I
Oh,
don't
maybe.
know. That might be a stretch.
We'll have to look into it.
if you know, readers or listeners, if you got a clue or a theory, email it in. Like I'd love to just like hear what somebody else thinks about it. Especially like you said, Craig, that one to me was obviously Savage Dragon something whatever. The other ones like FF yada yada, I got nothing.
Yeah. Freak Force. Anyway.
But yeah, also too interesting, I guess, insight. Like just talking about Glum, like Dark Lord is just up to some like whole nother level shit. Like I didn't think of him as like creating like entire dimensions just for like what?
Well, he's manipulating time in Savage Dragon. Whenever you alter the timeline, you create a new dimension.
Oh, got
So
it.
that's all you really have to do is go back in time and fuck something up.
Got it. You're right. Okay.
Like that time that Dragon got sent back in time before he went back to the original universe when he saved Ann Stevens.
Yep.
And create another timeline.
Yep.
That sort of thing.
And that is a consistent rule because when he went back and like Teen Dark Lord told him, he's like, well, you didn't actually save your old timeline. Like it's still out there. He's
Right.
like, all you did was create a new timeline. And like Dragon's like, close enough. And I was okay. Yep. You're good. We're on the same page.
Gotcha.
More action. And here's where immediately the effects of Glum's fuckery begin to take effect.
Have we ever seen this kind of thing done in a comic book where alternate reality is kind of shown as like shattered glass like this?
Undoubtedly. I feel like
I don't feel like I've ever seen this as like.
I don't think I have.
I feel like I've seen that sort of motif in like Crisis on Infinite Earths.
Oh, all right. I've never read that, so.
I feel like the shattered glass, like floating three-dimensionally, like above the page, though. That kind of
Yeah.
feels like something I don't think I've seen. I read Crisis on Infinite
It's just
Earths.
it's a really good effect, you know. It's like
Yeah.
if he developed it, that's brilliant, you know.
And
Well,
again,
it's-
coloring to make like it crystal clear that those panels are like, you know, not the main storyline. It's like
Right.
alternate reality things.
It's like their memories.
yeah,
If this is all from one Earth, it's a really bad Earth.
yeah.
I don't know.
Dragon fucks up Super Patriot, and then
What a brutal panel.
Betty kills her mom.
Yeah, that's horrible. I was like, oh man, like, because you know, just a little kid with superpowers.
And is that Dragon or is that Malcolm that's punching Super Patriot? I think it's
Looks
Dragon.
like Dragon to me.
That's Dragon. It's probably
just
probably
knocking his jaw off.
Awesome.
And Alex is dead too.
You know,
Yeah,
can I
but-
say something that's... Go ahead. Sorry, Raven.
No, go ahead.
Something that's really cool I never really mentioned is... Look at the third panel of Super Patriot. His fingers, the design of his fingers are just another cool thing. Like, I don't know. Like, I hate to, like, be like that guy. Hey, like, I'm not high or anything like that, but, like... Just...
Well, they look like muscles and tendons.
Yeah, and I mean, he's always drawn them like that, but it's just a real neat design. It just
Yeah.
looks cool as shit. Sorry.
That's why Super Patriot is one of those characters that, like, I don't ever care if he's not real timed out of the book. Like, he's just a badass visual.
Yeah.
Well, he's got a
Yeah.
good hook. He's super soldier, so he's essentially ageless if you want him to be.
Yeah, I'm okay with
And
that.
he's half robot, so.
Right.
How about that weird
does
villain?
not age.
How about that weird villain behind him with a fucking weird, like that brood looking
The brood?
guy?
Yeah, that's exactly. I was like, look at the brood. Well, I got a question for you. Here's a we always tend to have the how'd you interpret it moment. Did it feel to you fellas like as this reality change happened where Dragon kills Alex, like evil Dragon here, did it feel to you like Alex disappears from the top panel to the second panel? Like wiped out of reality because she died?
I feel like the implication here is it's just memories that are changing.
Yeah, I didn't get that.
Yeah, but if you killed Alex, wouldn't she like disappear? Like
no, it just you'd have a memory of it, and she would still be alive. The whole point of all this is that you have conflicting memories.
Okay, so reality's not actually.
You have all right. So you have the base universe. We'll call it SD75.
Right.
Or no, I guess that's anyway. You have the base universe that we're currently in, and what Glum is doing is trying to glue.
He's like merging them.
Merge, but not the worlds. I think he's just merging the memories.
I feel like as the worlds merge, the way I interpret it, because you'll see later in the comic, this has to jump ahead. Like I can't not like mention this, but he says the other world blinks out of existence.
Right, the one he's merging into.
Right, the screen
he's
goes
taken,
blank.
He's taken all of like the memories of that world, grafting them onto this one, and it destroys the other one in the process. So
the way I interpreted this, right, the way I was reading this, is as these realities change, like these memories happen, but like shit's merging. So like Alex is gone. Like he's like, Jesus, Alex, I'm sorry. We're like, why would he be sorry if she's still alive?
I think just because I took it as just because he's seeing it in his head and he's like talking to himself. Like he doesn't know what's going on.
Later in the book, he's got another memory of him marrying Alex.
Well, that's because the realities keep changing.
Yeah.
Like Glum changes. And I'll further support my theory later on. I feel like there's more evidence to support my theory there later on. We'll keep rolling.
But is Super Patriot, does he
gone.
not show up after?
He's also gone until later when he comes back.
Oh, maybe
because things merge. That's the way. See, because here's the thing: the way that 4-panel sequence rolls, right? It's real fast, but I'll just lay it all out here. So Super Patriot is there. Then you see the Super Patriot getting killed, and he's like down here, and then like sort of he's like, I don't know. We don't. Maybe his hand was meant to be fading or something like Back to the Future style or whatever. But you actually see him start to recall himself being killed, and then you don't see him again in that sequence. And then, like, again, her, like, Mighty Man's, like, was it Betsy Bradford?
Yeah.
Betsy remembering her mom being killed, why would she be freaked out? Yeah, it's a freaky memory, but, like,
she's a kid.
Because it seems real.
Yeah, that's the whole point. It is real to them.
Kind of the way they act, though, to support it, when Angel and him go into the other dimension, I don't know. It's weird because they do kind of act like more loving, like
right, because they have those memories. So they have
their memories are starting to merge.
Yeah, so they're gonna do that because they have those experiences, and it's gonna be hard to, differentiate them from. To them, that's their status quo now.
I could be way off base. So
I don't think you're way off. I think it's two things. Like I definitely feel like their memories are merging. So they're receiving memories from a different reality. So to them, it actually happened. But you could also be right, Raven, where people are starting that dead are fading away because there's nothing. Like you said, they're not showing up after you see him die.
But later on, we see Thunderhead in his alternate reality. He's taken a criminal path. So in that reality, why would he be where he is if physical locations are changing?
Well, I guess that's the thing. Yeah, that's the
they're
thing.
Merging though. He doesn't. I don't know.
He's still. That's the thing that kind of shoots my theory in the foot. Is that Thunderhead,
Maxine, Thunderhead, and the kids are all still there, even while around them the memories are changing to the point where none of them would be where they are.
That's true. The kids wouldn't be there. Kids wouldn't even be around because Malcolm would have been with Angel,
right,
and married to Angel. So yeah, I think it's just the memories.
I think it's just the memories. Yeah, it's just kind of like that. I was just curious. I was like, I knew the memories for sure, But then, like, there was that sequence, like, again, he's like, oh, you know, Alex, I'm sorry. Like, you don't see her in that panel, and you don't see Super Patriot. And then later you do see them, and again, like, clearly things change. But, okay, sorry. Didn't mean to derail things.
I guess what you're saying is that the next time we see them, it's another reality being merged in.
Well, bingo, because he just slaps it all together.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, I could see that. But you're right. Thunderhead
just
shoots that theory in the foot big time.
I think it's just panel composition coincidences.
Yeah. Well, he wouldn't be acting heroic either and, like, saving babies and Maxine if he was a criminal. So,
right.
Yeah, you're
He's
right.
just got those memories. He's choking out Aunt May.
I love it. I love his old shirt on.
Yeah, his old duds with his, like, weird 70s stripy pants, too.
I love it, dude. To me, that's still iconic Thunderhead. I feel bad for Maxine through this sequence.
Milksop Maxine.
Oh, her whole life is, like, so lame and shitty.
It is. And not even in this reality. As you see it, he keeps changing realities. She's just milksop.
In every dimension. That was the thing. In every dimension, like, alternate, like, her life is boring and lame. And I was like, oh, poor Maxine. Clearly, SD 75.30.1 is your best dimension. We derailed bad. I'm sorry.
No, it's good. I don't really feel like we derailed, but
Malcolm and Angel go after Glum. They make their way to the portal. Time to shut it all down.
So here's a question: does Angel just not wear bras?
I mean, would you if you were Angel?
I don't know.
I don't know. I guess that maybe she wasn't wearing a costume, right?
No, she was just having her clothes ripped off, which makes sense. I just remember when was it Jack ripped her shirt off?
Mm-hmm.
She wasn't wearing a bra then either.
Just must not. Not everybody does. You got to think. Here's the thing. I know you're gonna laugh, right? Here comes the dumb. Raven.
I like how we have to have Raven tell us not everybody does.
Well, really? No. All I'm gonna say is like, this is just dumb. I'm such a moron, but here it goes anyway. Like, hey, it's for support. So it's like, if you're a superhero and you're super fit and shit, do you really need support? You know what I mean?
I mean, when they slap you in the face, I don't know.
I just don't think it'd be. I don't think it'd be an issue, would it?
Right. Jim said, "I don't know."
And it's all about like too like all right like my ex used to be like, oh, they hurt, like when she'd jog and stuff, and be like, she'd be like, they jog too much, they hurt, and I'd be like, well, I guess if you were a superhero that wouldn't be a problem. Yeah, Angel's not gonna get hurt by jostling about and whatnot, so I don't know. That was my.
It just seems like it would be annoying getting slapped in the face.
I think about superhero boobs a lot. What can I say? Can't help it. I've thought this through.
Terrific.
And that was the name of the FINcast. I was way off base, bros. There's a lot of villain dongs in this one.
Yeah, there really is.
There's a ton. Yeah, so never mind. Never mind that criticism. It's weird because even though like I'm super team Maxine, like there's always that part of me that's kind of okay with Malcolm and Angel.
See, I'm the opposite.
I'm still weirded out by it.
I can't see them together. They're too much siblings.
Yeah.
I know, but guys, but they're not.
Yeah, genetically.
And I don't like it just because it's too much like Dragon and Jennifer.
There's that too.
True.
Dragon Jennifer 2, Jennifer Harder.
Well, you know, it's just that Angel's not lame, not a lame ass. You notice when I...
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. You. I've been talking way too much.
The page where they're in the other dimension and they're just smashing aliens. Mm-hmm. It kind of reminded me of that issue with Alex and the Lummox when she had blood all over her. There's so much blood on this page.
Yeah. And then the Starfield.
Awesome. Bloodlust. Yes.
And again, like, you know, outside of Invincible, like, what other hero comic is gonna, like, you know, when a super powered person punches a normal powered person, there should be exploding.
Angel's just punching
these
this alien.
These aliens are normal powered humans.
I think compared to like you butthole, you got me, okay? They're not normal powered humans. You win.
They're normal.
Just called him a butthole.
You busted me. You busted me. You got me.
I like how Angel's just punching this guy's head and just his eye is flying out.
It was awesome
So
action.
gross.
Like all throughout this issue, this is just great.
Another dong.
The visceral ass kicking of this issue. I know we praise it from time to time, but it just always is worth mentioning just like how much action is in an issue of Savage Dragon, and yet there's also story.
Yeah.
Just it's nuts, dude.
I love how we get the view of Dark Lord's lair finally in its entirety.
Yeah!
It's a big sphere.
It's the planet, right?
And then it's got like that Star Wars type monster in the corner, like that Jim Henson puppet. That's like,
Yeah, just hanging out, just being a Dimension X monster.
As you do. Ah, it's good. Looks great.
So, interestingly, Glum hasn't been affected by this, which ties into my theory that there's only one Glum.
Well, he has more memories.
No, he says he doesn't.
I thought he said it.
He says memory should have been flooding into my head about the two of us enthralled in bliss.
Instead
I
of
felt-
her gentle caress,
Oh.
I felt more, so I'm assuming more.
Oh, okay, I missed that part. I must have stopped reading.
Yeah,
I guess there are multiple Glums. Damn.
I was like, I was reading it, I was like, oh, Jim's gonna shit.
Fascinating.
so what could Earth GF04 to 16.5?
Grizzly fucked. Because think of all the evil shit that happened in it.
It's pretty bad.
No, I'm kidding. That's a dumb joke, but like what? Like any theory, any thought at all?
No, I don't really.
Girlfriend 04. Since he marries Alex in this universe.
Like part of me was hoping that it meant something, but
It's funny you should say girlfriend, Jim. I wondered if it meant girlfriend, because if you're going to relate an entire dimension to Savage Dragon, then I wonder,
This is the Alex married dragon universe.
yeah, the girlfriend 04, the fourth, like is Alex the fourth girl?
I doubt it. She's like the third. Because you had... what's her
Rapture,
name?
Jennifer.
Oh, she would be the fourth. Motherfucker.
Rapture,
don't-
Jennifer. Who's the third?
No, the first. Who is the first is the question.
Oh, who's the first?
The first is Debbie Harris.
Oh, what if you're right? What if it's girlfriend 04? What if the universes are related to Savage Dragon? Like the whole universe, like all of Dark Lord's shit. But
So-
then what would FF yada yada mean?
Fantastic Four.
he's saying Freak Force.
Free Force makes sense.
He's saying GF04 to 16.5 is the universe that we were reading about
It's
before
gone.
it got merged.
Yep.
Oh.
Oh, it's the universe. No, it's not.
Yeah. Why?
Was that the universe that we've been reading up to this point?
I
Yes.
feel like it is.
Oh, yep. That doesn't. My theory doesn't work. It doesn't stand for girlfriend. Because FF, yeah, would be Freak Force, because there's a lot of Freak Force in this universe.
This is total bullshit.
Yeah.
I don't
speculate.
think it's supposed to mean anything, guys.
Maybe it means nothing.
We'll have.
It's
to
just
ask
weird that the
Eric.
first time they mention it, it was SD. Come on.
Yeah, that's got to mean Savage Dragon.
Yeah, 75.
75. Yeah, got to. Furious masturbating. Can I just say hilarious? I mean, that's funny, right? Think a little glum. Just think of the visual.
Hilarious that he
That's funny.
put that in there.
Furious, even.
Instead of feeling Angel's gentle caress, I felt more world-conquering, planet-reshaping, and furious masturbating.
It's perfect. That's too funny. Glum. Super evil, yet also hilarious.
So, yeah, and then we get the next universe where Dragon marries Alex and Super Patriot kills everyone, as he is often wont to do.
Yeah, had the old neck slug.
Is there a neck slug?
No, I'm just joking about how he's turned evil in the past.
Yeah, it could be neck slugs or cyberface or
Yeah.
a bad day.
Yeah, he's just an ass kicker. He's just an old ass kicker.
Maybe Project Rebirth kept their claws in him this time.
Yeah, could have been like a Covenant of the Sword dealy. Yeah, again, the shattered panel thing is just badass. Just looks good here. Greedy ass Jennifer, is this why you said we should hate her? Alex, no.
No, not yet.
So greedy. Don't be greedy. Why can't you be happy? Why can't you feel compersion?
Don't be greedy.
Be happy for your friend. Whatever. Selfish. And then okay, this is what made me sort of think. I was like, well, okay, like, maybe, like, because they go from, like, they're, like, suddenly having the different memories of, like, now I'm with Tiara, and I married Frank. And then there's poor Maxine again, just looking on longingly in the background. It's like, poor Maxine. But, like, I just thought that was, like, clearly I thought shit was changing, but I thought it was just, like, the universe kind of working itself out, to where it's like, okay, yeah, they're together right now, but also everything was different. But, yeah, you're right. Thunderhead shoots that all in the foot. Because, again, there's Thunderhead getting killed, and yet he's right there. No, Kevin, help me, and yet there's Thunderhead getting his jaw smashed off, so.
By probably Dragon. That looks like a Dragon fist. I mean, Malcolm fist.
Yeah.
That
Kinda
thing
looks
grabbing Maxine's got a huge schlong, too.
She's not too upset.
Space barbarians, what you gonna do? Wear pants? I don't think so.
I mean, if I was a space dong monster, I wouldn't wear underwear. Look, what's he got to hide?
I love the Maxine, like, looking over Tiara's shoulder as they care for their baby.
I know, dude. Or like Maxine just in the books again.
Yeah. And then what's that little stick figure Maxine on the other shard on the bottom of the page?
Just a backpack. You have to assume. She's just assume there's books in there.
You just hear the Incredible Hulk theme song and she's walking.
I like this room, just to say it's cool, just a room full of skulls.
Glum's little lair.
Yeah, I can dig it.
Taking pointers from Dar 2, I see.
Oh, Lord. Yeah, so we got another 4-panel. Again, more nerd Maxine.
Well, that 4-panel one, like, so now Malcolm's, like, mind's getting merged because he says, leave my wife alone, and he's...
Mm-hmm.
So he thinks he's married to Angel. Is that
well,
what it is? Oh, no, because it was Tiara there, right?
They returned to Dimension. They returned to Earth. Like, Malcolm and Angel are like, we better get back before anything else gets fucked up. And so when Malcolm comes running through and smashes the
all
garbage,
right. I gotcha.
Yeah. So
he's looking for Tiara.
So he's married to Maxine again.
I'm sorry, he's looking for Maxine. Yeah.
So you gotta wonder if it's not super hard to separate these memories, or is it Chosen One memory control immune system?
Well, the baby yells daddy.
I think they're just like they've got all these false memories, but they still remember.
Like Maxine, that monster was going to ... It's like, you'd be okay with it. Come on, Maxine, we heard you. We heard you talking about it in the previous misshapen dong.
I like Marsha's suck it fuck face. Did you notice in the last panel there's a giant schlong on the bottom of the panel just sitting there?
I didn't notice that. That's hilarious. Yeah, it's good. The team's all there. There's Super Patriot and Barbaric and Hortus and like everybody.
Skinny Dragon.
And that's Alex in the very far right.
Yeah. Yeah, even now. Okay, yeah. I'm an idiot. People weren't disappearing. Come on. There's no.
But then.
Oh yeah, dude, this page. Talk about another killer splash page. Like, how'd you dudes feel when you flipped the page and saw this?
Memories.
Made me wonder. These can't be all redrawn.
No, they're definitely not. They're all taken from issues. I know that for a fact. There might be maybe one or two, but I don't think so. I think that they're all from prior issues. Everything I see, I recognize from a prior issue.
I believe so as well. I also think they're all from prior issues.
Dude, how stoked were you to see Paul Dragon?
I know, dude. I know. What'd you guys think when you first saw him down there? What was like went through your mind?
I was just stoked that he added it. I was like, finally, like, I don't know. It's like, it kind of put him into the Savage Dragon universe in a way.
Because he's always been mentioned, like, we know him. We know he exists. But, like, he's never been mentioned in the book. Like, 225 issues, and somehow. It's good, dude.
Yeah, totally.
So does Dragon have all of his memories, or does someone named Paul have all of his memories?
Who knows?
We'll soon see.
I love.
Does Paul Dragon have his own origin, or is it just vague?
I don't know. I never read graphic fantasy.
Gotcha.
I don't know that he ever got into his origin.
Small
I'm sure he
fin.
knows it and knew it's something different, but
I like that you guys call him Paul Dragon. To me, he's small fin dragon. Look at that fin.
Actually, there's a lot of other dragons here in general.
yeah.
We got what's his fucking face when they merge bodies?
Johnson.
Yeah, Johnson.
What's his first
Yeah,
name?
You got Johnson himself, and then you've got in costume Johnson.
Yeah, because that one when he has the green eyes, he's like that's when they merged, and he had.
You got Virus here, and you got Dark Dragon.
Yep, you got evil twin dragon there.
Couple of curs.
Dragon getting blown by Horridus.
You know, the classic moments.
Hilarious.
Smooch by She-Dragon. Angel getting killed by a sharp piece of metal again.
The imposter getting blasted in half.
William Johnson, right?
William. Yes, of course.
Yeah, so
I
there.
don't remember, when did Jennifer smash Super Patriot in the face?
What are you looking at?
Far right panel, 3 down.
That might be 75.
Right, when she was crazy. That's right. He did try to infiltrate.
There was like a whole slew of them.
Right.
That was girlfriend 32.
I love Kerr just eating the other dragon.
Yes. Curse.
There's that famous scene with Malcolm Dragon seeing the future again that we were just talking about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what's interesting about the composition of this page is it is mostly Old Man Dragon.
Right.
Like, this is mostly Old Man Dragon. There's
Actually, yeah. There's almost no Malcolm here.
Well, there's Malcolm's birth. There's the pivotal, 15-year long bond Malcolm. You see Malcolm and the kids. And then there's just a smidge into Angel in there, too. And just a touch of Smasher.
There's Dragon Bone and Marcy.
But, yeah, for the most part, this is, like, super Old Man Dragon.
I love Covenant of the Sword, Super Patriot.
Yeah. It's awesome. It's awesome as shit. This is great. This is a great double-page spread.
And then we get the really cool thing where we get to see the Kerr timeline where he kills everybody.
Yeah.
And that gets merged in, too. And that really messes with people's heads.
Did Dad just kill everybody? Okay, that was weird.
And what's with Jennifer, with the big Jennifer panel?
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, that's now is the moment.
Uh-oh.
We ruin
Yes.
Jennifer forever.
Uh-oh.
Remember how interesting she was, that she had a 17-year blank?
Uh-huh.
That would be gone now. Because now she would have all the memories of Savage World Jennifer.
Tell you what, though, this page blew
Here you
me
go.
away. This page blew me away. This 9, what is it? 12 panels.
Yeah.
This is the scene we wanted to see.
Yeah.
I mean, we always felt like we got gypped and didn't get to see. She died off panel, and it was kind of a lousy way to kill off a major character.
Oh, that's why she's got that look, because she's remembering all of this.
Good man. Good man.
Yeah.
That is it. Yep,
So
that's why the panel ends with there.
Because at the time, Angel was brainwashed by Mr. Glum, and she doesn't recognize her mom, and this was all explained, like, and her mom's in a wheelchair because that building fell on top of her. Remember when Angel got big? So this was what actually happened that we never got to see.
Yeah, and that was what was so awesome. Talk about, like, your 15-year long bombs. Like, how long ago was it that was the off-panel, like... And again, a lot of people bitched about that. Like, I've heard so many people be like, it sucks that she got killed off-panel. And boom, here you are.
Yeah.
Payoff.
I was one of those people. I just thought it was a weird way to get rid of a character, and I always thought maybe she wasn't really dead or hiding or something. So to get this panel finally is like, to get this page is...
Well, she's not dead anymore, because now she's got all her memories.
You're right. Well, there goes the woman out of time element.
That doesn't make me super happy.
Well, we'll see. Well, I think it's interesting because I did prefer the woman out of time element. It made her, like, sympathetic and more interesting. Mm-hmm. But who the fuck even knows what's going to come of all this madness?
I know, right?
You know, it's crazy, too, with, like, the time, like, the real-time stuff. Angel looks like a young teen here, and she looks older now.
Yeah. I like how she's still got her dot eyes. She's still very much got her, like, angel dot eyes.
Still not wearing a bra.
See, Jim?
I guess she's always not worn a bra.
Just grew up not wearing one. It's consistent.
So now Angel's... her mind is finally merging with, like, the Angel that Glum wants.
See, that's the weird... Well... I guess it does make sense.
Because it's finally merged with that Earth. The one where Kerr took over. The one where Glum... took over the world, and now she's Glum's girlfriend.
Yes, that makes sense.
Yep, I get you.
Yeah, I guess I was just wondering... What am I trying to say? Because they're in the Savage world, they're going to merge the Savage world with the Savage world? It's a bit goofy there. But it makes sense if they're using the Kerr future timeline, because she would still have the same memories from there. That would make sense.
I just basically, you want to hear my super dumb interpretation of it?
Do it.
I just figured
better.
I figured it was just like you jam every single multiple universe into it.
Right.
It's like there was just nothing, no other like direction left. Like that was just the one that shook to the bottom of the barrel. You know what I mean?
Fair enough.
You can even say that like Glum maybe used an equipment to make that one be the one. Like that was the one he was looking for, or whatever. Because clearly Dark Lord has the ability to manipulate shit based on, minute details. So if he was just sort of got that machine like geared towards getting Angel to love him was the point, then yeah, just like they'll smash them all together and that's the point. And so there you go.
I do find it interesting that, we don't really see a lot of different Earth variants. I mean, we see maybe 3 plus ones we've already seen.
Mm-hmm.
It just, I feel like if you merge them all together, you'd get something like unexpected.
Just wait, Jim.
Well, we see the 3, but don't forget he gave us that splash page because he can't. It's a 22-page comic, but that splash page kind of shows you.
But that's all like real timeline stuff. That's all stuff that we experienced.
Oh, you mean like outside of what we experienced?
Yeah, because this is all stuff we've seen. Even that Super Patriot with the Covenant of the Sword symbol on his chest, I'm pretty sure we've seen that.
You're right.
You're talking about like shit like Nazi Dragon and,
but,
alternate.
Yeah, where's Nazi Dragon? Where's Dragon?
Yeah, but these were all different realities as well. Like all the ones with like Dragon getting shot through the head.
We're all the Twisted Dragon funny universes.
But even on the splash page, though, what I'm saying is that there's probably like an additional 4 different other realities in here.
Maybe.
Yeah, like the God Gun where Angel died, one where she's old, the one where Dragon's getting shot through the head, the one where Dragon was incinerated.
Well,
True.
if I may humbly suggest that Paul Dragon is there to suggest, here's alternate dragons.
Yeah.
Like, here's dragons you never even thought of are also in the mix.
Yep.
Although, I wonder if this means that Dragon has all of Kerr's memories now.
I know, dude. That was... So, okay, the issue's basically over, so we can kind of, just think about takeaways here. So, you think about where these characters are. Suddenly Jennifer has a memory of Angel killing her. Suddenly Dragon could potentially be Kerr again. Fuck, who knows? Clearly Malcolm and Maxine are still married.
Right.
But as for where everyone else sits... Dude, who knows? Does that mean good Angel's gone? And only evil Angel remains?
It's an interesting question, if only because everybody else seems to be able to separate the alternate memories from, quote-unquote, the real ones.
Mm-hmm.
Yet here at the end it looks like Angel can't, or doesn't. So it's kind of curious that it's affecting her stronger than the others we've seen.
Well, I was going to say, just propose this nugget of thought. As I was reading through, I forget who it was, somebody sent me a message or it was one of you guys, one of you cats, was like, isn't it funny how so much of the alternate universes were sex or murder, right?
Yes.
And I guess all I'm saying that is maybe I'm thinking is that it was in these people's lives, those were the most impactful changes.
Yep.
Is dedicating their life to someone or having someone violently taken out of their life.
Right.
And
yeah,
so,
I can see that. No, you don't remember the boring parts.
Yeah, or unless you're Maxine and you're studying. But it's so here you go, and of course Malcolm is my wife, and so he's married, and so and of course where the first thing Angel's oh glum, and it's so again it's all about love and murder, and so it's fuck, is Dragon evil, what the hell's Smasher gonna do now, what's up?
Yeah.
In fact, people were, I forget who it was, it was us. What am I even talking about? Of course it was us. We were well, it's a bit of a shame about that Trump alien cover because it lets you know that Malcolm and Maxine get through just fine. It's funny because, Malcolm and Maxine clearly are still Malcolm and Maxine at this moment.
Right.
But, every other character is in a potentially super shitty position.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So this is still a fucking crazy ending.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. And didn't the solicitation copy say Dark Lord shows up, but he never showed up?
Yeah, that was my next asterisk.
Right.
I half expected him to turn up and slap Glum around.
You glummox.
And unfortunately, we only see him in the flashbacks.
Well, we know he's on the cover of the next one, so shit.
We'll see if he shows up this time.
Wouldn't it be funny if he just still yet is yet another solicitation that was misleading?
Yeah, no Dark Lord.
Fighting on the cover, and then you flip it open, he's not even in there. It's what the hell?
It'll be interesting to see what he does when he shows up.
Bros, I
mean, we still don't know. Is he a good guy? Is he a bad guy?
What a crazy...
He's a bad guy.
Is he a bad guy?
He kills people all the time.
He just seems above us. I hate to be that way, but engineering entire dimensions. I don't know. You didn't even know what his plans are, man.
You Dark Lord apologist.
I guess I am. I'm sorry. No, I guess I'm saying I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Knows?
Who knows? Yeah, exactly.
Who even knows? He could be doing it for some grand scheme, or he could just be a prick. Who knows?
Kill a few heroes for the sake of millions.
yeah.
How about that 3D cover?
Yeah, who drew that?
What hack? Hurts my eyes. I don't like it.
I am pretty annoyed, though, that I don't have a pair of 3D glasses to look at it.
Yeah, that's not very courteous.
Oh, wait, didn't you... You know what I can do? I have a copy of Raven's Dojo that came with 3D glasses. Right?
What a coincidence.
It did come with 3D glasses, right?
It did, yes. So you actually do have 3D glasses.
I do have some, yes. I have to go find it and go use them.
Craig's quote was, "My daughter was grabbing at the 3D boobies."
Okay.
Who's?
That was your quote.
No, it wasn't.
I swear to God, dude. You said...
on the Raven's Dojo?
On the Raven's Dojo.
Oh, all right.
You said, he said it was funny. You said she was grabbing at them. I was like, that's hilarious.
I don't remember saying that, but I thought you meant this cover. I was like, I know she hasn't seen this before.
No, it was just a happy coincidence. I just threw that in there.
I guess we should probably explain for the listener what we're talking about.
Yeah, on the back cover, like, I did a pinup, and I was like, made it a 3D pinup, and just, Malcolm punching out Glum.
But I mean, in terms of what I was talking about, the 3D glasses. So you
3D glasses, right, yeah. No need to go into that.
Well, because I feel like they're not going to know what we're talking about. But you have your own comic, and you did a Kickstarter. How many years ago was that now?
2012, so 5 years ago now.
So your actual hard copies had a 3D pinup in that, too.
Yep.
And it came with 3D glasses, so I actually have a pair, and I can look at this cover.
How much did that little feature add to the price of the whole package?
Nothing. It's just a normal print. 3D glasses are cheap.
Did you have to hand stuff them in every issue?
I did. You talk about love. Like, I don't mean to brag, but like...
Did you put each pair on and then put them in?
Just, so the readers could be closer to me. Here you go, guys. People had some funny suggestions. They were like, you should make them custom when you can do all that stuff. Like, you joked about Savage Dragon 3D glasses.
Yeah, you can get them, like, designed on the sides and stuff.
Yeah, you can get, like, prints on the side. And I don't know if you guys remember Valiant Vision.
No.
Did you ever see that?
No.
The gimmick behind Valiant Vision is that, like, the 3D glasses that the 3D that's on the back of this issue of Savage Dragon is, like, red, blue stereo. It's classic 3D. Believe it or not, YouTube has red, blue 3D videos you can watch.
Oh, really?
Like, there's a filter in the search engine where you can just pull up exclusively, like, those types of videos. But, like, a lot of people still use it, but like Valiant Vision was like just clear in front of, like, it's like the paper glasses, but it just had clear, and you would look at like a comic and you could still get the 3D effect, and it was like fully colored.
Oh, so just regular stereoscopic 3D like in the movies.
Yeah.
Like
that's
how
cool.
Our 3DSs work.
Yep. And that's how Valiant Vision worked. And what's funny is I have no idea how to like accomplish that. Like, I clearly know how to do like the 3D stereo, but like Valiant Vision is a mystery to me. I have no idea how that works. So you can do it someday, maybe one day. It was fun. I was pleased. I was super happy that Eric cared to run it. It was an idea. I've wanted to do a 3D pinup for Savage Dragon for a long ass time, and I just found the time to bust it out. And he was like, hey, I can put this on this issue if you want. And I was like, oh, dude, it's an honor. Thanks.
No.
Yeah, nah, just you enjoy it private. I'd rather no one else.
This is for you only.
But so I'm super pleased. Here's what's funny is that, like, when I pick up like my issue and stuff, like I had the back cover with the Thunderhead too. Like, my comic shop never, like, they don't pay any attention to like anything at all. So like I'm like buying this shit and like my art's on it, and like,
do you hold it up and just read it up in the air? Like, don't say anything and just get real close to the guy and be like, huh?
What is it? Wow, look at this. Huh, cool. Now, I did feel a little good because I went in, and when the Thunderhead back cover was on there, I went into the shop and like there was some Savage Dragon on the shelf, like with the Thunderhead turned out. So I was like, oh, that's
nice.
Cool. That's cool. But nah, sorry for everyone who doesn't have 3D glasses. You can get them online for super cheap. Like, don't pay more than $1 for 3D glasses. Like, legit. Like, I did a lot of looking and research because I had a whole Kickstarter for it. And like, if someone's trying to charge you more than $1 for 3D glasses, you're getting ripped off. So
Yeah, I pretty much could figure out that I shouldn't be paying more than $1 for some cardboard and
Just go buy some red and blue plastic and hold them up to your eyes.
we've lost everyone at this point. The funnies page, these are both solid.
yeah.
I love them. I love them both.
I love the farm one.
Draw Brandon Draw is the winner. It's just the look on the dude's sweaty face as he,
You don't say. Listeners, you're gonna have to go back and flip to this and look at it.
oh, it's too good. And truths are like, it's a real dry sense of humor, but I
It's
always
such
like
a
it.
weird comic. It's just guys in superhero costumes just having regular conversations.
Yeah, it's just and they're always like a little bit like sad, you know. Manchester's newest orphan. How about the ring of that, you know? Like, here's that guy. Is like, his mom doesn't. His parents abandoned him. I think your parents abandoned you. Nah, that's not what happened. So these were good. I like it. Kudos to Brandon B. and John Adams. Killer filler. Love it.
Well, that's it.
That's it. That's it for Savage Dragon 224.
Great mother effing issue.
A lot going on. A lot of questions.
You know what, Craig? Let the real deal fly. It earned it.
You want me to swear?
I do.
Great motherfucking issue.
Yeah. Feels good, right?
I gotta go take a shower.
Yeah, solid.
No, this is good. It sets it up for 225. 225 is gonna be amazing. There's a lot going on. Is it 100-page issue?
100 pages. 100-page issue.
Why don't you give us a little synopsis for what we should expect on the next FINcast?
On the next Savage Dragon 225, The Merging of Multiple Earths. Conclusion. Giant size 25th anniversary special. Savage Dragon is restored to his former glory as he bulks up to take on Dark Lord in a final battle. Mr. Glum's devious plot to merge the multiverse comes to its cataclysmic conclusion. Savage Dragon and Malcolm Dragon join forces to save Angel Murphy and the very Earth itself.
I just noticed the copy I gave you said Angel Merp.
Angel Murp? Mine says Murphy.
Oh, does it? I guess I copied it wrong.
Angel Murphy. It's good. It's good.
We don't even get a suggestion in this issue as to how Dragon gets bulked up again.
Just bulked up. He's not bulked up at the end of 224, is he?
Because clearly we don't see any duplicates, so it's not an alternate reality duplicate. It must be the real deal.
Oh, you know what? Here's a little observation. We can't really see his arms or anything in that last panel.
Mm-hmm.
So fuck, for all we know, he is bulked up.
But how would he just get bulked up?
Oh yeah, you're right. It's not. We already discussed that. It's not like people are like changing bodies and vanishing and shit.
Right.
Good point. Yeah,
Maybe it's delayed.
it's delayed. Well, you know that does. It's worth noting that does kind of shoot one of our potential 225 guesses in the foot. We thought that potentially that was just a different Savage Dragon on the cover of 225, like not
Right.
the dragon we know, but like just a different dimension. But
Maybe Dark Lord will just turn up and say, "Okay, Dragon, we got to team up to take out this guy, this bad egg, Mr. Glum. So I'll eye laser you back into fighting fitness.
Eye
Then
laser.
we'll go pal around in Dimension X and beat up Glum.
bros, best bros, BFFs.
And then when it's over, I'll shoot you to death again. Because fuck you."
I don't know. I'm super excited. I have no idea. Like,
I just want to know if Dark Lord is pissed about this or not.
you know he's fuming.
Fucking furious.
He loves the multiverse. Glum said it. And now the multiverse is gone, technically. So
coming into my house on Christmas.
You think this
up
is
my stuff?
You think Glum is gonna get killed?
Oh, I can't imagine him not being.
I can't see him not getting out of this one. I can't. I mean, like, honestly, like, if he survives this shit, he is the MVP of villainy.
Well, we know
everyone's gunning for him.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what's crazy about this issue? There's no with the dart component for Freak Force that we saw in Mighty Man. What's the name of the new dart?
Oh, that's right. Cheerleader Dart.
We don't know she's Dart, though. We just know she's super accurate.
That's true.
But should we talk about... Oh, we did sort of see her
Yeah.
on a Facebook post.
We
in a
can't
preview
pretend
image.
that Facebook post didn't exist.
It does exist. Late breaking news story. Sorry. Nikos posted a one-panel preview of his upcoming Freak Force one-shot. And
As
in
of
it,
right
you
now,
can
I think. Yeah.
In it, you can see blonde-head Dart Lady
Yep.
in the background. So she's clearly not going anywhere.
Craig, even
But
you posed a question. You were like, how does Chicago feel seeing a basically identical twin to the former Vicious Circle leader running around?
Yeah, it's a good question, I think. And I think that pretty much tells us that the Freak Force guys are pretty much in the clear from getting killed.
Yep.
In 225.
Unless 225 is just like a total throwaway, like non-canon. Oh, so, okay, I got a question. Let's play Speculation is Fun, okay? Here's the deal. Do you guys have any wild, like, returns or characters that, like, because basically, like, honestly, anything can happen, right? All the universes merge together. So, do you think anything, like, are we going to see some villains return? Or do you think there's going to be, like, some, is Overlord back? Or, like, Cyberface? Or some guy that's been long gone?
I don't think physical reality's been changed. So I think if they're dead, they're still a corpse. Their corpse just has new memories.
I don't think they come back. I think Eric's kind of making this the Malcolm chapter now. So,
Do you think this is the end of Dragon?
Please, God. Please kill him.
Really?
The reals.
You
Yes.
you want him gone?
Oh, God, yes.
Why?
This could very well be the end.
I feel like he holds the book back. It's not a clean break until he's... It's not a clean break until he's not in the book, as long as Malcolm wasn't in the book.
I'm okay with Mentor. I don't need him gone.
Yeah, I don't want him gone. I want him mentor. I just, I like the character too much, and it's been through so much, like, with him that it'd be kind of cool to see him get old.
It would be cool. That, again, it would be a shame to see him die, mainly because Savage Dragon is a book. Like, Invincible. Like, they're always like, oh, let's do things no superhero's done. Savage Dragon is a book where shit happens all the time that doesn't happen in other books, and, like, it would be cool to see Dragon just deal with being an old fuck.
I would not miss it if he was gone for 50 issues. I love the guy, but goddamn, come on.
He was gone for a long time. What was prison all about?
Well, he was in prison, but he was still there, quipping,
Whipping.
fighting Mako.
So he was supposed to not be interesting in prison?
I just think the book would be better if he was gone. I think Malcolm desperately needs to be truly on his own to really build up what his dad had.
Fair enough.
Every time his dad is in the book, he steals the show. Because he's a fictional character with charisma. It's amazing.
I feel like he hasn't stolen the show this arc.
I think this issue, he stole a lot of... Malcolm in this issue is the punchy guy. Dragon, it feels like, got more of the emotional bell ringing.
I don't know that he did. Like, yeah, Dragon was the big star of that double-page spread or whatever, but, like...
Right, there's that.
it wasn't really so much like he stole the show or anything.
There's not that much dragon in this, really.
Nah, that's it. Like, that's it. Is like Malcolm's the one you follow. Like, let's go to Dimension X. Oh, we're in Dimension X. Let's, we're in Glum's lair. Let's go back to Earth. Like, it follows Malcolm.
I guess. Maybe it's more Angel, but I still think Dragon was like too heavily featured for what should be Malcolm's book.
So if he dies, you're gonna be okay.
I'll be okay, definitely.
I'll be, dude, tears. Tears.
I thought he should have died when Dark Lord blew him up the first time. That should have been the end of him. IMO.
In my opinion, for those who are not cool enough. Well, I'll tell you, I'm gonna be super tore the fuck up if he dies. Like, I might cry and write about it in my journal.
I thought after the Kerr arc, after everything that happened with Emperor Kerr, he has that discussion with Dark Lord, and the Dark Lord just eliminates him. And I really thought that was going to be the end of him.
Boy, what a shitty end that would have been. That was a gut punch when it happened.
I thought it was just such a fitting ending, since he was, it was just one of those sudden things that happen in life.
Do you propose...
You get killed by your greatest villain with eye lasers.
Do you think teenage Dark Lord, Hoodie Dark Lord, is going to finally be revealed or more insight exposed?
I think we're going to get some more insight.
I think he's going to be as enigmatic as ever.
You don't think? So we got two...
I do think.
Okay. So we got two, though. It sounds like Craig says it'll come to light. You're saying it's not going to come to light.
More mystery.
I think it will come to light. I think, we've had Dark Lord around forever now, and the fans need to know his game plan. We need to know.
Yep. I'm in that camp. I'm like, I want to see the veil of mystery lifted. Like, what the hell is the point of all the superpowered Jennifers? What's the point of, like, is there an end game to all this, like, celestial engineering? Like, what is going on?
I think we'll still be left with more questions than answers.
Oh, I'm so scared. I'm so scared for the future.
I don't want to live in your world, Jim. It's a world of madness.
I think Dark Lord's going to go back on the shelf for another 30 issues.
Oh, no, bro. No. Oh, no. I'm looking for some answers. Back on the shelf for 30 issues?
It's been a long time since we saw him last.
It has. I just think he's
and
been...
And he still hasn't shown up in the arc all about him. His machinations.
You talk about stealing the show.
Yeah, he's waiting for the grand finale.
Yep. That's going to be the big show. When he shows up, like,
Guys,
he's the man...
It's going to be so awesome, too, because it's going to be like... I think it's going to be like 2 issues worth of story.
Yeah. You think it'll be that much?
I know the story is a lot longer. At least I think. I'm pretty sure Eric said. I mean, it's definitely not a standard size.
Right.
And there's 100 pages of story. Unless you guys know.
Some of it's going to be graphic fantasy. Some of it's going to be Raven.
Graphic fantasy.
I think Scott James might be in there.
Raven. I didn't know anything about Scott James, but I know Frank Fosco. Frank Fosco.
Fosco will be there.
I mean, 100 pages, though. That's a lot of pages.
I imagine you did 8 Raven, right? Or
I
10?
did 7.
7? That's an odd number, literally and figuratively.
Yeah, it works with
Did
pinups.
you do a cover page?
No.
Oh.
It's 7 pages of story. Although all 7 may not get used. His script did tell me, I may use 6, so we'll see. It's all up in the air. It's still getting worked out. So, yeah, but 6 or 7, I can confirm.
That's a really weird way to plot something.
It's the Marvel method, baby.
Draw 7. I might only use 6. I don't know. It depends on what I got.
Well, you imagine drawing it. I had to basically think like of 2 potential endings. I basically had to write like 1 page as if it might not even exist. So that's the way it's drawn. Is like
how Bill Watterson used to write Calvin and Hobbes with throwaway panels.
Well, yeah, essentially like there just is the potential for that whole page to get the axe. So it's like, got to make it work without it. So I can kind of confirm. I don't think Scott James is making the party. Like
Okay.
I
Maybe
talked
that
to
was
him recently.
Maybe that was a different backup I read.
Well, he is
Facebooking about.
he is awaiting a Deadly Duo script, so there's Scott James on the way. I don't think it's 225 bound.
So so with 225, we know you have about 7 pages, Raven.
Yep.
We know I think the graphic fantasy stories can't be that big because graphic fantasy had like 3 different stories in it.
Yeah, it can't be long at all.
Just say it's another 8. That's 15. What do you think Fosco's story
Probably
is?
8 to 10.
6, 7 seems safe to guess.
Let's say another 7. You still got 100 pages to fill.
And remember in our interview, he teased potentially collaborating with some people he wanted to collaborate a long time, so we don't know what that's going to be.
That's a mystery.
Which is amazing. Usually Eric's pretty he likes to let the cat out of the bag, so he's either
To be
keeping
fair,
really
guys,
tight-lipped.
224 isn't out yet. It's still a couple of months away.
No, I know, but
225.
I'm just 225 in terms. You're saying 225 is about another
225 is probably a month and a half away.
right?
Now.
But he usually kind of lets things fly, you know. So I'm just saying it could be a pretty big main story.
I can't wait. I get the feeling, I get a sneaky feeling we're not getting a huge big story, but it was or was it not said that it would be bigger than normal, somewhat.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, bros, I'm super excited. This whole 3-issue arc has just been like all killer, no filler.
Yeah.
Like-
Also dongs.
Dongs. Lots of dongs. Dimension X dongs. Dimension X rated this issue.
Mutant
Oh my gosh.
dong.
So, I guess that's that.
That's that. That's Savage Dragon 224. Thanks for joining us, everyone, listening to our podcast. We try to entertain, try to put on a show. If we succeeded or failed, feel free to send us an email at savagefincast@gmail.com. As always, we always enjoy your comments, suggestions, complaints.
Let us
Hatred.
know what GF, what the girlfriend dimension means. What do
Yeah,
you
what is
think?
GFO4?
FF.
I think you guys are right. I think that's Freak Force. That's my
Makes
thing.
sense.
It's all nothing.
It's all meaningless.
Drew the letters out of a Scrabble bag.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks for listening.
Adios.
We'll be back again later on in the future. I am, of course, Jim Purcell.
Ooh, he's signing off at the
Yeah,
end.
signing off. I'm Craig Olson.
And I'm Raven Perez.
Thanks for listening.
And I'm Zach Hawkins, mate. I've been quiet all this time. Just kidding. Just kidding, Zach. I love you.